Yo, you know when you're balancing on something like this, you actually cannot be stiff and tight. We all know the core muscles actually have to work while we're learning balancing exercises, but the tighter you are, the stiffer your body becomes, and you become a brick, and a brick will slide off a surface as soon as you move the bottom. So if you think about balancing, whether it's on this indoor board, whether it's slacklining, you're walking on a beam and stuff like that, it's all about actually relaxing and softening into this movement. I kind of like to envision that we're kind of like Jello, where it covers a very big surface area that you just flop the Jello around, and notice when you shake the bottom, the top wobbles, but the bottom is grounded on that base. That's kind of what we want our body to be when we're balancing on something. Notice we're still allowed to move, but we're stable. But now if we're picking something up that's actually heavy, then we need to actually brace that core and keep it stiff so that our torso stays rigid in order to be able to carry the weight safely without deviating the spine and creating tension in one part of the vertebra, which can herniate a disc and stuff like that. So the whole idea when we're picking up heavy stuff is to rep out even force distribution through the rest of the body, and we can undulate how much tension we need. But most of the times we need that braced, stacked core in order to be nice and stable to pick up as much weight as possible. And here's the kicker, it's not about only training one or the other. In everyday life scenarios, we need to be able to undulate between fast, slow, hard, soft, and especially when we're doing everyday activities as in picking something up, moving boxes, and shifting weight from one side to the other, can we be dynamic and shift our bodies to whichever position that we want? Because most of the times when we're moving around in everyday life, it's not structured. And especially if you're playing sports and we want to perform at a very, very high performance level, you cannot be rigid all the time. We're always shifting between rigid and soft. And that is actually where power comes in. Power comes in from instantaneous stiffness and then relaxation to create that whipping effect, to create speed, to create precision, agility, all of that stuff. And the better we get at controlling the undulation between soft and stiff, relaxed and braced, the more we'll learn to own our bodies in all of these different angles. So in summary, I'd always recommend when you're playing around with balancing, learn how to let go or learn how to soften the core, soften the belly so that you can sink into your feet and allow the rest of your body to respond to what the feet is doing. When we're lifting weights, a lot of the times we need to learn how to generate as much tension as possible in order to be able to lift, in order to feel strong, be stable, and be able to lift without injuries. But we need to learn how to vary the tension between all movements. And the better we get at that, the better we get at owning our own bodies, which in my opinion is what creates a nice, long, pain-free lifestyle. I didn't do this for the last 28 years of my life, and in the last 2 years when I've been starting to dabble with these and start training my clients in a slightly different way, the results have been exponentially different. And I hope this challenged you to think just a little bit more differently about how our body works. All I'm here to do is to just amplify our current train of thought and see if we can create our own way to better movement. My name is Andy Schiff from Movement Reborn. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!